Morning, folks. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters and the Pathfinder School, back out here at the Pathfinder Outfitters Kitchen. Real quick, just a side note on this video today before we start. I wanted to let you guys know, I see your comments on, is this now a cooking channel? How about the bushcraft? How about the survival? And again, I'm doing some immersion type stuff right now and doing a lot of cooking videos to get a library built up here at the Outfitters Kitchen. Realize that this time of year is my busiest time of year, and that I teach classes almost every other weekend, if not every weekend, from probably May until late September. I just got off of a 4-day course and spent 4 days teaching bushcraft, survival, and woodsmanship in the woods. This is my break from that. This is my relaxing time. I'm just taking that time to make video content for you guys while I'm at it. So I appreciate if you stay with me for these videos and continue to watch. Today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook the perfect restaurant steak. Stay with me. Okay, there's a couple things we wanna do before we start to cook this steak. And one of them is, we've got just a ribeye here, and it's about 1 inch thick. We don't wanna go any thicker than that for this type of cooking. And we're going to let that thing get to room temperature. But while we're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and coat this thing really good with salt and pepper. On both sides. Now we're just gonna let it sit there and rest until it gets to room temperature, or outside temperature if you're cooking outside like we are today. Now we want to heat this skillet up to smoking heat. That's about where it's at right now. You can see it starting to smoke. I think you can see that on camera. And it's just got a really light coat of lard in it right now. And I'm going to burn most of that off because I want this thing to sear when I first put it in there for about 60 seconds on each side. Okay, like I said, we want to give that 1 minute on that side before we flip it. We're going to get ourselves a couple of garlic cloves out here. We'll just drop them in a spoon for right now. We've got 3/4 of a stick of natural unsalted butter. We have a package of thyme, not ground up and dried. This is fresh thyme, okay? All right, let's flip this bad boy over. That's what we're looking for right there. A little crust. We'll give that just a couple minutes here, or about a minute, to get a crust on that side, and then we're gonna add some things to this dish, or to this pan, I mean. Okay. Getting ready to flip this guy again. Now, we're gonna put that 3/4 stick of a butter in here. Again, unsalted butter. Doesn't hurt to cut that down a little bit. Let that lay over here. We're gonna drop 4 garlic cloves in there. And some thyme. Doesn't have to be a ton, just a few sprigs in there is enough. I'm gonna go ahead and mash this garlic up a little bit as this butter's melting. Remember, 1 minute at a time on this before the flip. Now, what we're going to start doing now is we're going to flip this thyme up on top of here as it's heating up a little bit. And we're going to start basting this dude as we go. Constantly basting this thing. Okay, this is the third time I've flipped this over now. Again, I'm going 1 minute, flip, 1 minute, flip, 1 minute, flip. I'm on a pretty high heat here. Now what I want to do is I want to kind of check the internal temperature of this steak so I can tell how done I'm getting, because I don't want this thing to be, I want this thing to be about medium rare. So when this thing gets close to 140, it's coming off. So it's right at that 140 right now. Now we're going to pull it off the heat. Once that thing gets into that 140 range, we're going to pull it off the heat and we're going to let it rest. Letting it rest is very, very important. At least 5 minutes, we want to let that thing just sit, because the internal heat is going to increase and it's going to cook more even sitting still off of the skillet like that. All right, so basically what we have now is, I don't know how you could get that. Oh my gosh, that thing cuts like butter. Got all the juice laying there. Man, woo-wee. That thing is absolutely perfect. That thing's like butter in your mouth. Oh my gosh. That is a perfect steak. Holy cow. If you want to cook a steak that's as good as any steakhouse you'll ever go to, I don't care what it costs, get yourself a nice ribeye, cook it the way I just showed you, and you will have the most fantastic meal that you can get. Man. That thing is absolutely cooked to perfection. All right, Zon. I know you want a piece of this ribeye. Here you go, buddy. There you go. That thing is just mouth-watering good. Golly. What are you doing, boy? What are you thinking? Get off the table. Hey. Hey. You just gonna sit there and wait for it? I'm gonna get another piece, put it on the ground. That's where you're gonna have to go eat it. You know you don't eat it at the table, mister. Come on. All right, come on. Come on, get down. Eat that. Man, troublemaker. Guys, listen, I appreciate you joining me for this video today on how to cook the perfect steak. I appreciate you guys' views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, and for our business. For all our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends, I do have a Patreon channel that you can go check out. I'll put a link below here. There are some videos there that are not on YouTube that are exclusive to Patreon. I think one of them is on making cider, hard cider. One of them is on harvesting and cooking chanterelle mushrooms. I'm trying to put 2 videos up in there a week as well that are kind of separate from YouTube. That'll give me a chance to put some shorter length videos up without affecting the algorithms of YouTube for watch time and things like that, where the videos need to be at least 10 minutes long really to do any good. I can put 3-4 minute videos on Patreon and they don't care. It's fine. So anyway, check that out if you don't mind. Again, I'll see you guys on the next video, and I appreciate everything you do for our school, for our family, and for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. Thanks, fellas.